After their war against the humans, Neytiri, Saldat, and Jake, Worthington, laid down their weapons to raise a family on Pandora. However, a bright star in the skies announces the return of the Sky People, and the Sullus are soon on the run, allying with a marine tribe to fight their oppressors. In the nearly a decade and a half since our previous journey to Pandora, the humans in the film have returned to Earth, regrouped, made the return voyage, and erected a new city-sized facility on the alien moon. James Cameron has been just as active. Aside from creating a Lord of the Rings-sized mythology for his burgeoning franchise, we've lost count of how many Avatars are percolating in his head at this point. We think it's 32. He's been pushing technological envelopes left, right, and center, concocting a wild brew of aquatic performance capture, 3D tech, and accelerated frame rates. The end result, Avatar, The Way of Water is so visually stunning that terms like dazzling seem inadequate. It's a step beyond what he accomplished with the previous picture, a phantasmagorical, totally immersive waking dream of a film in which something unbelievable happens on screen virtually every instant. It's a lot to take in. And it serves as a timely reminder of what film can achieve when it dares to dream large. After all, this is a sequel, and the law of movie physics mandates that sequels must become progressively gigantic. In various ways, The Way of Water checks this box. For starters, there's the cast of characters. All of your old favorites are back, including Norm Spellman, but a new batch of Azure urchins, the offspring of Neytiri, Zoe Saldana, and Jake, make their debut. Sam Worthington. The thought of a movie driven by children might be unsettling. Nonetheless, Cameron manages to keep things on the right side of saccharine. Even if none of these youngsters are as endearing as Alien's Newt, not even the adoptive spider, Jack Champion, a wild child human space sprog who reminds her of her, they're all easy to cheer for, which is excellent because the second section of the film abandons Jake and Neytiri to embark on adventures with the next generation. Tutiri, Trinity Jolie Bliss, doesn't get much to do, but there are significant storylines for Loak, Britton Dalton, who meets a friend in an unexpected place, and Kiri, Sigourney Weaver, a 70-something playing a 14-year-old through VFX magic, the most interesting of the new characters, who appears to be set to become a major player in future installments. Then there's the new setting. As you may have guessed, Cameron has triggered his core slogan, simply add water, and is returning to the ocean for the first time since the Titanic in 1997. Except that this isn't any ordinary ocean. The brain nearly can't take it all in the first time he plunges us beneath the surface of Pandora's Great Blue. The pictures are crystal sharp, hyper-real. Watch it in 3D HFR if you can, yet the aquatic ecology swarming in every frame is mesmerizingly otherworldly. You might find yourself taking your eyes off the important stuff to stare at an alien eel. Cameron's twin interests with aquatic life and sci-fi collide in a very surreal way, like a National Geographic video beaming in from another solar system. The film's protracted second act, in which the Sully family flees the human badas and relocates to the Bora Bora-esque shores of a Pandoran island, will most certainly test the patience of some viewers. As the Sullus become acquainted with the barracuda meets dragonfly skimwing and the lovely, seal-like IWI, there are several fish riding instructions. But it's heady, mesmerizing material for anyone prepared to tune into the weird and intensely sincere feel, especially the screen time given to the Tulkun, a type of space whale that becomes unexpectedly poignant even if the drama on the beach is a touch less interesting than what's going on off it. This leads us to the storyline. Surprisingly, this is the only region where Cameron has shrunk. Of course, he's only gone Ken Loach with moon-crossing odysseys and animals the size of submarines. However, the epic warring species stakes of the original Avatar have been dialed back, for the time being replaced by a straightforward vengeance plot. Stephen Lang's granite-tough Colonel Quaritch returns in Avatar form, ready to revenge his own death. It's a lengthy story, by slaughtering his blue adversaries. As a result, greater questions will have to wait for now. A new human-desired resource that is even more difficult to get than unobtainium is not explored. While Edie Falco is presented as the new human big bad, yep, Carmela Soprano gets her own exosuit, she eventually fades out of the picture. Instead, we're treated to a simplified game of cat and mouse, meant to put each of the Sullys to the test. Cameron makes an effective choice, keeping the stakes high and culminating in a gripping, heartbreaking last hour as Quaritch closes in on his target and turns up the heat. The Way of Water takes its time getting to the action at well over 3 hours. It should actually be dubbed The Way of Wishing You Hadn't Drunk That Water, but by the time it comes, it's ensured that you care about what's going on. And when the action does occur, it is exhilarating. The NA-6 Navy, astride battlefish, ululating and bristling with spears, is on one side. On the other side, there's Quaritch and his blue-shirt Marines, as well as a swaggering, dickish Australian sea dog named Scoresby, Brendan Cowell, who nearly steals the show with his salty jargon, a conflicted marine biologist, Jermaine Clement, who does an American accent that might be the most alien thing in the film, and an armada of incredible military technology, scuttling crab suits FTW. What follows is a sea fight for the ages, a blisteringly exhilarating fusion of live action elements and visual effects that boggles the head while never losing sight of the heart. Who knows where Cameron will go from here? But, after a lengthy hiatus, here is a reminder that he's still the master and commander of making your mouth drop. James Cameron has returned with a cosmic marine epic that only he could create, quirky, soulful, joyful, dark, and extremely blue. Yes, he's still miles ahead of the competition,